Hi, I'm Amber. Welcome to the great debate between Exile Guy and Honest John.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the great debate. Once again, Exile Guy and I, we thank you for your questions, and please ask more. Send us more questions. You can either post them as comments or as video responses. We love video responses. Um, Greg Wilson, by the way, he's a very, very funny comedian, has asked this question.
Hey, I'm the Greg Wilson, and I have a question for Honest John and for Exile Guy. Honest John, if you lost, would you be Exile Guy's vice president? And Exile Guy, if you lost, would you be Honest John's vice president? And if you both lost, who would lick each other's asshole?
Greg, fuck no. I would not serve as vice president under Exile Guy. I mean, let that motherfucker tell me what to do? No fucking way. Think about this. The president sends the vice president to all kinds of places he doesn't want to go. I can only imagine the godforsaken places Exile Guy would send me to. I'd probably be in constant danger. Or he'd send me to some place like England, where the food sucks. Or he'd send me to Texas. That'd be fucked up. And after I'd suffered there for a while, then he'd fucking carpet bomb the place. And I wouldn't let him be my vice president either. Because if I did that, Exile Guy would know that if I died, he'd be the president. So he'd be constantly like poisoning my food, trying to push me down the steps, or sending the Gambinos after me. And Greg, let me tell you this. There will be no ass licking after the election. Have you seen how ugly Exile Guy is? Imagine what his ass looks like. And he hasn't taken a shower in years. So no, I'm not going to be licking Exile Guy's ass. And I'm not going to let him lick my ass either. Now, I'm sure he'd be good at it. But his obvious lack of oral hygiene means that I'd be risking some kind of fucked up, incurable disease up my ass. Plus, it's never a good idea to let Exile Guy stand behind you. So I hope that answers this fucking question.
Hey Greg, thanks for the question. It's really great. It's very obvious that you're a comedian, okay, because it's a funny question. And I have to admit that Honest John's answer to your question is equally as funny as the question itself. But there's a problem here, and the problem is this, is it presupposes that I'm going to lose, and that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's a matter of prophecy. I am the next president of the United States, and that's the way it's going to be. And everybody needs to get used to that. That's the way it's going to be. Hey, I'm going to beat everybody. Every time one of these crazy Republicans drop out, it just brings me another step closer. So there's really no point in me answering any of that, whether or not who's going to be what vice president and everything else. And yeah, Honest John is going to, power ream my asshole with his tongue. But that's not what I came to talk to you about today, because I have another issue in mind. Now, what we all need to know, what the American people need to know, is what's going on with the Honest John Super PAC. Because think about it. Now you have this super anonymous organization on YouTube. You can find it at the Old Comic One Super PAC, by the way. Okay? Now, I've had my operatives check this out. And here's what's going on. All that money, all those sacks of cash that they got over there in that garage, because what it is, the Super PAC is a garage with a computer and a shitload of sacks of fucking cash, alright? All that money comes from the fucking mafia. These are the people who support Honest John, alright? He wants to let you think that he's a man of the people, but he's not that. He's not that at all. he's being supported by some really fucked up criminal element kind of guys, all right? You know, kind of guys with their noses bent over, you know what I'm saying, the kind of guys, you know, that kind of shit, all right? That's what needs to be checked out. The American people need to know there needs to be a fucking investigation. Because, let me tell you, you can't let this guy get even close to any public office, because what you're doing is you're opening the door to the criminal element. That's what I got to say about that. Oh, and yeah, right, and one more thing, because I want to reiterate it. Yes, Honest John may power ream my asshole with his tongue, okay? Now, I gotta fucking go. I gotta go smoke a bowl, take my shoes off, and stare up into space for a little while, you know, and kind of contemplate how I'm gonna run this motherfucking country. Thank you.
Thanks for watching The Great Debate. Don't forget to vote.